Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Scottish Silverback Podcast, episode 52. We've got both the boys back this week, and I think we missed last week. I can't remember why, but yeah, we just missed the week anyway. And there's been two shows since then, which is going to be good to get a review and just kind of get our opinions on everything, which has been class. So, Greg, do you want to talk us through where you're at? I mean, you're looking pretty wild just now, and and dying at the same time as well.
No, it's been good. It's been a little bit of a learning curve, obviously, starting with Martin. But I think it's a strange one because, I'm digging now and I'm seeing what we should be seeing. And if I did that before for 2-3 days, my body was just fucking off and disappearing. I don't know if it was a case of I still had a little bit more fat on the frame with the amount of muscle I'm carrying now. Because, like I said last time, when you got more muscle, when that goes flat, it's not like when you're 200-pound flat and it's fucking dug in. The muscle just goes flop, and there's just you look fat. You go from 2 week out to fucking 8 week out, and it's just a horrible look. But I'm at a point now where even though the food's the lowest it's been, every day I'm getting sharper and leaner. Cuts are getting deeper. So it's my body's finally at that place. It's responding and not needing more food. Even though I'm starving, I'm actually happy. I'm starving and it's working now. So, yeah, it's been good. I'm definitely kind of on track now, back to where I should be. I'm just digging for it.
Do you mind if I show some of your photos from WhatsApp?
Yeah, cool.
All right, cool tunes.
I'm pretty flat, just everyone knows.
Get that in there first.
Really fucking flat.
Yeah.
It's got my arse hanging off.
I need to figure out how to do this with WhatsApp.
But I mean, there's obviously the biggest thing for me is now that I can hit all the poses how they're meant to look. My back double looks how it's meant to look. My hamstrings are proper dug in. Front double looks how it's meant to look. Lat spread looks how it's meant to look. So it's all basically there.
You can see it. You can see the difference.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Like I said in my post last week, it's this is the first time since probably 2021 I've actually got all the confidence in myself. Because I knew last time I looked structure-wise great, just couldn't pose. But I was maybe I've got enough to kind of wing it, and it just wasn't. The judges wouldn't allow it. But now I can actually hit the poses how they're meant to look. So
yeah,
fucking happy. If it's landed how I know it can be landed, it's by far going to be my best look to date, and I know not going to be many people will beat it.
Right. Riverside doesn't let me share WhatsApp, so unfortunately, your fans will see it.
Describe it.
Massive, mate.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm actually interested to see what my actual stage weight will be, because I mean, you've obviously seen my look today, and that's 121, pretty flat, so it's still pretty heavy. And I don't think I've got that much left to pull off. Basically, I think I'll change a lot condition wise once I fill up and pull water off. So, I mean, I've probably got a couple pound if that. So I mean, I'll probably going to be about 270 on stage, maybe.
That's fucking heavy. Yeah, very heavy. Has Martin given you any kind of indication as to what he wants to do in the end, or because obviously every coach has got the different methods in that, and one obviously your first time peaking with Martin, so
we've went over what I've done previously, and I think obviously what works best for me is I don't like eating a lot. Obviously, I need to eat a lot to fill out, as you know, but it's not something I want to push into the show. Which obviously he's got great experience working with Lewis Breed. I mean, the amount of food that guy needs to put away, and obviously with being the shorter stature, he knows you can't push him overly hard into the show because the midsection. So he has to have him ready basically more than a day out and basically trickle the food to keep the look, or even just slightly improve it while getting drier. So he's wanting to do a very similar approach to me, which he does for quite a lot of the bigger guys. So I think we're going to load. Front load quite heavy at the start of the week, and then probably pull back a good day before, almost probably to bare minimum pro fats if we could, keeping some carbs in obviously. But I mean, if we can almost maintain the fullness and just get drier into the show, then my midsection is just going to be tiny. I can keep pulling vacuums pretty comfortably. So that's the game plan at the moment.
Has he mentioned anything obviously because people who are watching this want to know anything in the way of what he does diuretic wise or anything indicator like that?
I mean, obviously, all the top coaches that all kind of have their ways and means, and most of them will use like the two diuretics, I guess, which is like aldactone and diazide, which I think is a pretty common thing most coaches will use with their bigger guys because they know they need to obviously pull a lot more water off them while loading them a lot heavier, which is something I do obviously with bigger guys as well. Not something I would do with the smaller guys, because if you start pulling too much water away from a smaller frame, they're just going to go flat no matter how much you feed them. You need a bit more muscle tissue. So I know that's going to be in the mix, and I know he's big on using Expel. Not sure if you've used that before. I can't remember the company name that does it, but he's quite big on using that for guys. It's basically like a kind of Peak Max, but I think it's a bit different. So I've never used it before, so it'll be interesting to use that. But other than that, I don't know the whole protocol of how he uses stuff. I mean, I've used Direx with a good few coaches, but I'll just kind of see what his approach is. I know he's a big feeder.
Yeah.
Big feeder. So there'll be a lot of food going in, basically.
Because I bumped into him in Alicante. I can't remember who I was there for, but anyway. And he was talking me through some of his clients. I was like, that I've never heard that in terms of like the amounts, in terms of like just ridiculous amount of carbs. Cheat meals are thrown on top of it as well. And
he's big on the burger for the last meal before show day. Just to finish the look, to tide them over the night, and always wake up like banging the money. But like, I know myself, if you use diuretics well and you're using them for the bigger guys, especially aldactone, the amount of food you can put into these people is like almost, I wouldn't say double, but it's close. The amount of food you can handle, while obviously it's taking water away, and obviously if you use the right correct foods, like taking out all like your vegetables and stuff, like you're not going to have swelling to the GI, all that's going to be pretty good. That if you use like decent sources, like easy like fucking rice sources and dates and some simple sugars, you can pack a lot into a meal in a very small quantity. But I mean, he told me Lewis Breed carved up on 10,000 grams of carbs going into a show. I don't even know where the fuck he puts it.
Mad.
That's insane. But I mean, I've easy heard guys 4,000 or 5,000 grams of carbs easy. And like if you use as I said, like use Direx well, cooling water, whatever, holding that far out, you could do it quite comfortably.
Yeah. Is that 5,000 across X amount of days, or is that?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think my peak to Sweden, I was 4,300.
Across 3 days. 2.
3.5.
Aye. Just shows you. It's a mountain. But no, it'd be good to see what he does. He does with you. Obviously, it's always good to kind of see what a new coach does and whatnot, and see what kind of look they're putting. So, sorry.
The guys he puts on stage, I've never seen him miss the mark.
No, he's not. That's one thing about Martin.
Why? Like, I mean, obviously, I've seen the guys he puts on stage. That was one selling point, and like what he's done with Lewis is another selling point for guys. And I know Lewis had a problem with eating as well, like in terms of food you need to put away. So I was like, that's the kind of issue I'm having just now. So he's obviously sorted that, and he's going to try to do a similar sort of what he did with Lewis in the off season as well, to probably try taking less food but keeping like a decent look, and obviously just keep GI under control as well. But my food sources are just so simple. I don't have a big variety at all. All my is either cream of rice, oats, or rice. That's all I use.
Fair enough.
And then meats is either beef, basa, or whey. That's it.
Yeah. That's it. Simple and predictable. That's all it is, isn't it? So, Jack, you've got a wee bit further with your leg as well.
I'm actually in a position where I can kind of push things again. So, obviously, I'm just kind of running my own stuff right now. I'm still so protective over it. It's like so I'm still managing it, but like 2 weeks ago I went back on cycle, so I'm actually kind of pushing things as well. So the first time in a long time I pushed food. I don't know if you've ever had to deal with being on heavy painkillers for a long period of time, but it absolutely fucks your stomach. So for months and months, my food was just so inconsistent. You'd have good days and bad days with the gut, but now things are so steady, so it kind of seemed like the right time to kind of push things again. So on that front, things are good. Gonna have to get another surgery, I think, as well. So I've got a fucking bit of bone growing out the top of my knee, so it's like a wee horn on the top of my knee. It looks bizarre, but it's like solid bone. And apparently it's an osteophyte, so they've described it as when the tendon ripped off, it ripped a bit of bone with it.
Aye.
So an avulsion fracture basically on a small scale. So you've got to go back in. Hopefully, it's just a small incision. They just like saw it off. So that fuck knows when that'll be. It won't be priority, so it could be like a year, 2 years down the line. But at the moment, it's not causing any grief. So, but no, nothing. I've been back at school, so I'm doing my sports massage course there.
All right, okay.
So this is my little project that I set myself when I was on the mattress on the floor recovering. Something I want to do for a long time, just you know yourself, it's just getting the time to actually do it.
When I'm done kind of bodybuilding,
Mate, it's so interesting.
Life, you know what I mean? But actually helping people, like a massage therapist for bodybuilders, because I feel it's a market that's so.
Man, that's all it is, though.
Yeah, you've seen like what Monica did, and like that was another big driver for me as well. It's like there is a space for it, 100%. But
against Monica, she is like good in the field, but honestly, Phil's a different level.
I'd love to have her on the Phil, but yeah,
it's honestly like magic when he's like working on I send him my check-in, right, and he'll, before I say fuck all, he'll go to me, you got some in there, and some in there, and I'm like, how the fuck did you know that, mate? Like, unbelievable. He just spots it. He's like, that's tight, and that's tight because that's pulling that. And he goes, I bet you can't do this. I was like, nah. He goes, I know, because that muscle's contracted to that, and because your QL's contracted, you've also lengthened your lower back muscle. You've probably got a tight rec then because you're punching forward because you've lengthened your lower back. And I'm like, that's nuts.
It is. It's fucking mental. Like we last time, so we were doing a part of the course on like joint mobilization, and like you go into this and you have a pretty good understanding of anatomy through what we do and stuff anyway. Yeah. But like the amount of shit you do learn off it, maybe I'm just not a really good course, but it's proper interesting, and it's weird as well because obviously you spend so much time getting treated. Actually being on the other side of it, it's really weird there.
I actually like if somebody wants something done, like I'll quite happily work on them. I mean, I understand, and I've helped a lot of people, like with someone in the gym, and they're all like, fucking hell, it's like just fucked everything on my body. I know how to fix it. But it's like it's something I definitely want to get into, because I was actually saying this to Maria today when I was in, and I was like, there's just not many people who will go hell for leather on a bodybuilder. What you need. You go to a general massage person, it's like there's like a tick in you. They can't like put pressure or the weight you need to get into that depth of like a muscle. Like obviously our muscles are a lot harder and firmer and dense compared to tissue, and to get the root cause out of that, it's so fucking hard to get a person who can actually apply that pressure and actually put the effort in hour after hour. Like I've had people try to work on me and they're fucking soaked.
It's hard work. It's fucking hard. That was a 9.5 hour day, that course, and that last one in Glasgow was all hands on, and see your wrists by the end of that. But even like your ankles and your knees, because you use your body weight.
You need to use your hip to, like,
so it's like a lunge position. You're just in like a lunge position for the entire day. But no, it is really interesting. But no, it's one of these things. It'd be cool to help people, and then I think the injury was obviously a catalyst for kind of doing that as well.
Was that to take over your current job?
Yeah, well, I've always been in this kind of predicament. Even when I had the gym, mate, like, of course I've got a good job that it's taken me years. It's difficult to leave that. And there's lots of perks that come with it as well. Like it's hard to describe, but so to fully step away from it, like for example, even like coaching, having the gym, it wasn't an easy decision to do, and I held off and did it, and I'm glad it did. But this is something like, you could pull back your days and pick that up, and it's one of those things as well. So you finish and you're done, but you guys know what it's like coaching wise, and you're working all the time. You don't switch off. So for me, that's a big sell point for it for me. But we'll see what it goes. But definitely, like Greg says, that 100% in the bodybuilding circuit, there is like a huge market for that. 100%.
I actually watch loads of like people who obviously have like a massage account who are like American people. Like they're way ahead of the game, in my opinion. And you watch some of the people who work on the pros, like work on Martin Fitzwater and Hunter Labrada. I've got a couple of Chinese guys that I watch, and they're amazing to watch. Like you watch them find a knot and like they do the whole process of like softening the area, then they're in with the elbow, and then they'll get a little bit of tool work, like breaking it away, and then the knot's floating, so they'll go in like with their forearm, and then they're getting like a different like kind of cups or the dry needling or whatever it may be, and you'll eventually just see this knot eventually fuck off, and they'll start separating the tissue, and it's like the whole process of it. It's like amazing to watch.
Oh, it's really methodical, and there's like a hierarchy of things you deduct and you work through. I stand by. It's one of the most interesting courses I've done. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, that's something I want to do.
Yeah, no, that's same as me. Like when Ricky talks and that, he just kind of talks me through everything. It's dead cool. But like you said, Jack, the thing to me is like just like when your missus asks for a massage, and it's like 5 seconds in, you're like, my hands are fucked. Like I know it's not all hands and thumbs and fingers and that, but like Ricky sometimes has like 8, 9, 10 people a day, and like and 3 or 4 of them are bodybuilders. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? So see, when I cancel, he's like, thank fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
me down in England is who works on Nathan. Nathan actually coaches him, and he doesn't do cardio.
Yeah,
you didn't have to.
And it's like sweating through t-shirts a day. And Nathan's like, I had to pull my stats back and everything. Like I was just burning through so many calories a day.
Yeah.
He was in prep.
Yeah, it's understandable because like not only that, sometimes if I go in after like a big guy's been in, the room's boiling as well. Yeah. So like it's just working on a sauna. But no, it's pretty cool. It's something I've got interested in. I don't think I would kind of go down the route of.
I always ask like, why is this? Why is that? Or like, because it's doing this, and it's like I really want to learn that whole process because I just find it so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, have you ever had that? Have you got that complete anatomy app?
No.
You can get it for your phone or your tablet, right? And it's like a base skeletal model, and you can add like tissue layers on. You can add like nerve layers on. So even if you're not doing that, just as a bodybuilder, it's fucking interesting to play about with. And I'm pretty sure it's free as well. But the guy the Scott uses it as well sometimes, but for like demonstrations. But it's really, really interesting, even for like kind of managing your own shit.
Yeah, I've got so much stuff. I've got the fucking hip flexor tool. I've got a fancy foam roller. I've got my gun. I've got my ball. I've got the electro pads. I've actually got a scraper. I've got fucking loads of stuff.
That Sois tool is brutal.
It's good.
It's like a 15 quid bit of U-shaped plastic, and it's fucking savage.
Yeah. So you put it right on the money, and you just like wiggle about. It fucking hits them pretty well. It's just a little bit of a precision lie down on it. If you miss, it's fucking sore.
It is really effective, but it's like so uncomfortable.
I don't find it that bad.
Oh.
No, I get it right on the bone as well, but it's pushing against the tendon. I'm really trying to fucking stretch it as well.
It's
never makes a difference how you can flex your legs, for sure.
Yeah, well, I used it on prep for that reason. It did definitely make a difference. You sent me it, actually. It did definitely make a difference.
Yeah. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, but it does work.
Yeah, you just wait for it to snap. If
you've ever had like a massage therapist get their thumbs into your hip flexors, it is the most excruciatingly painful thing in the world. Like you'll yelp like a dog, but that thing you can ease onto it and ease into it. They're like 10 fucking seconds with their thumb on the tendon, and it's agony.
Bad.
Yeah.
Have you been watching all the stuff with Milos?
It's so funny.
Aye. Yeah. He's hilarious. Yeah, he's fucking hilarious.
There's one with when he's screaming at Bob.
No, he screams at Giles is the funniest.
I know. I'm looking at that one now, but I'm trying to find the one with Bob first.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah.
Who the fuck asked you to be the rep?
Is Milos having like a mental breakdown or something like that? Because like
so passionate.
It's what?
Just passionate.
No, I know that, but it's like 2 in a row. You know what I mean? It's like he's just so fucking sick of everyone.
The one in Giles is intense.
Yeah, I'll wait to play that one then.
You stupid fucking cunt.
Smashing plates.
Hold on. Right.
Do it! No. You started argument with him not being injured.
No, I don't think it'd be. I will say it again. I don't think it'd have been higher than 5th. That's my own personal opinion. I might have been completely wrong. He might have made it to stage and got 3rd.
So I didn't ask you anything else, or because he didn't place it more higher than 5th. Or my question was, you expert and a bodybuilder and passionate about this one that wants to encourage the guys. You told this guy, stay home. Don't you have a hopes? You're not at this level. You can make it.
No, I didn't, Milos. That's your interpretation, and you know it.
I'm because you don't want to say.
And who else went on there and said, yeah,
My question to you was just this. Okay, shut the fuck up and listen. Shut the fuck up and listen. You see no benefits of him entering.
That's good. I enjoyed that.
The thing is, right, I don't like Giles.
No, Giles is a weapon, man.
Oh, fuck. You see, when he was at Warehouse with Lee Priest was ripping the fuck out of him.
Really?
Oh, mate, he was calling him a poof, this, that. What the fuck you wearing? You look like a knob. Fucking everything.
I always has some fucking pretty weird outfits, like, but
A strange fucker, like. You know?
Aye. Well, so we had the New York Pro at the weekend there, and what was it before? Hold on, hold on. Let me find this. Right.
Who the fuck are you?
That was the athlete's rep. That's who I was.
Which athlete voted for you? Which athlete told you, can you go please there with this proposal? We want you to tell them this. Who told you that? You represented yourself alone and you were on a dinner table with them. What are you going to do? That's what you're going to do.
You make it sound like I never talked to anybody. I talked to plenty of athletes over the
you
years.
were at least representative to send us the news you just got on the table. You never came to Dennis to me. You asked me, when did we talk? We talked when I told you, don't you fucking get rid of symmetry and muscularity. Are you out of your mind? It's a suicide for bodybuilding. Who the fuck are
you see the way, like, Bob's eyes is just like fucking raging. He doesn't want to lose it. It's so funny.
But he was like, oh shit, he's being serious, and you get to watch him lose it.
It was Pittsburgh last week. So we were going to do the Pittsburgh last week. We'll just quickly do that because it's old news now.
Pittsburgh was good. Way further down.
Aye. I love Nick's look at the Pittsburgh.
I'm not too sure which one was better.
I know.
He was like basically the exact same. He couldn't have landed a better peak. They've found the right fucking source to get him on stage. That was the best Nick Walker ever. See, when he walked out and hit that front relax shot, it was like, fuck, he's huge.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Wild.
What I would give to look like that. He fucking knew it as well. That confidence in his face. To hit that one there.
This one.
Well, I think that's it. Yeah, fucking look at it. How wide is he?
I know.
Fucking hell.
What was it Dorian said? He was like, the chewing wasp or something. What did he say?
He was chewing gum.
Chewing gum.
He wasn't.
He said there's no need for that. I was like, fuck off.
No, his back shots were insane. Fuck.
Yeah, no, it's a good look.
I don't know how he maintained muscle through that prep.
He
was on no carbs.
But then, I don't know, maybe he's not causing... Obviously, there's argument where, you train, what put it there, we'll keep it there. Then also, like, he's dialed his training back quite massively. So maybe it's just the fact that he's just because he's so chilled, cortisol's not through the roof, so on and so forth. Maybe that's why the muscle kind of just stayed that, but...
Maybe. But
right, so...
On 100 gram of carbs.
I'm trying to see what I want a bit more of a lineup than just two folk.
There.
So obviously we had Joe in the last podcast, so this is Joe said he was obviously going to go abroad and do the Pittsburgh for his first one. So I thought it was a good showing from Joe, but I think he probably agrees with us. Sorry, is that he's just too small.
Yeah, was he 10th?
Yeah.
Not bad. 10th.
Yeah, he looked good.
Yeah. Haven't held his own ball.
Yeah, 100%.
So obviously Bonac there. These are always like just as everyone comes out. I thought Martin was a wee bit soft. I think me and you were talking at the time, Greg. I think
he was off.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was. What was it? He said happened. I think they said something about obviously how they depleted him down and trying to fill him up. It didn't go the same as last time, where they said the compression in his muscle needs to be bang on to bring out what is best for him, whereas they pushed that a little bit more, and it wasn't bringing. It was shadowing the lines. It was basically lines.
Like he's not out of shape, but he wasn't previous.
I think what the need for him is when he's walking about, you see the detail, but he needed to tense and flex to bring it out. If he wasn't, it looked watery, because that's like when you see him there, it's striated and feathered, but when he's not in the pose, it wasn't a nice look. So he says it was too much. Basically, did you see him at his guest pose a week later?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
that's how he should have looked.
Yeah. So see, Crizzle, like Crizzle's obviously a monster, but it's not showing it here. But I'm trying to find Crizzle's front double.
Oh, it's posing. I've seen that.
When you see Crizzle's front double,
with his shoulder.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He's still got restrictions with his shoulder.
Yeah, but even then, though, it's not even his shoulder; it's his waist. I just felt his waist was just a lot worse than the last time I saw him. I don't know, could be wrong. So at the time, obviously, we were texting back and forth, and I thought Derek edged it, but then when you look back on photos, Nick had that, in my opinion.
I would have gave it to Nick. Everybody gave it to Nick. The audience was 80-20. The only thing which everybody agreed on, was when Nick got excited, was just the stomach. But I don't think that should have been the deciding factor, because he was that fucking good.
Yeah.
Like Ian was obviously front row seats commentating, and he goes, it was overwhelming how good Nick was. Like to the point where he was like, he's making everybody look shit and small. And his condition was the best on stage. So it's like, how could you not award him?
Yeah. You can see like just the way the pecs hang off him.
Yeah.
He's not even got like that massive of a chest, like compared to something, but he's got a good underlying chest. That makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean. All right, so, but yeah, I thought Nick won that. I'll go up to the New York Pro because it's the most recent show. So
he wasn't even going to do the New York Pro.
But you think off the back of like that one, you'd think it would be.
He was just like raging, and I think once he said he had some food, he was like, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
That's always funny. You've been there before, like where you've been so fucked off, and you're like, "Fuck this, fuck bodybuilding." Go have a bite of a burger, and it's like, right, what's next?
So still Pittsburgh. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
See, beyond the stage, they must just sit and do nothing but post.
I know.
Come on.
Keep going.
Yeah. I just don't want to skip anything accidentally, you know what I mean? So New York Pro physique, don't care. Right, so here we go. So
vegan, I was impressed with. That was
the best vegan I've seen, definitely.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck they did, but I was very confident he was not going to be in condition. Because about 4 weeks ago, was he fuck?
I'm certain I've said this to you before. I think Regan looks like your son, Lucas. In the face. Nothing else, obviously, just the face.
Obviously.
What?
Yeah, obviously, I look like anything else on him.
Yeah, I know. You know what I mean, though. But I think he's got the same face.
Maybe. He's got a beard and see. That's a thick boy.
What do you think? What difference do you think there was between the New York Pro and Pittsburgh, if there was any?
I'm pretty sure he said there was a couple pound difference, but I don't know which one was what. But it was maybe a slight little bit harder for the New York, maybe, but different lighting, different stage. Can't tell.
Yeah, it's difficult.
I would actually potentially say he was a bit better from the back, a little bit fuller.
Hopefully, get to the back shots.
Because that was the only thing I seen was when he came out for prejudging, his lower erectors and lats weren't fully popping, and then when he came back for the final, they were. So he needed a little bit of food, but I think it hurt his stomach. See how his lower lats there, they're not popping.
Aye.
Whereas if you go to another shot that are. But it's so impressive from the back with his legs.
Fucking hell. Hold on, I'm going to come out of this and then see the comparisons. So I'll go on RX, hold on. These are better. No, it's the same ones. That's a bad photo of Regan.
It is.
Crizzle looks pretty mental there, but again, it's like he hides. As soon as you put his waist in a shot, it just ruins it for me. He's still a fucking monster, obviously, but I don't know.
I'm not sure if he actually tries to hide it, though. That's the problem.
Right, here we go. Here's a better video. It's odd, isn't it? Like how obviously he has got a wide waist and whatnot, but he controls it well. But usually someone with a waist like that would not need to crunch on his abs in a front double.
I like it pulled up.
Pulled up?
I like it pulled up. I don't like it crunched.
See that's wild there.
He has much more aesthetics when he pulls it up.
Yeah. So we're speaking about the back double there, so I can pause that.
That's phenomenal.
It's the hamstrings for me.
The best back double in the game. Like that middle bit of his hamstring is fucking feathered.
Aye. Like the hamstring just looks like it's fucking made of like metal. Like actual like steel cables.
It's fucking solid.
Now I'm gonna bring it up again. We'll bring it up before, but what about like the veins? Do you think you should get that sorted?
I think it matters.
No, it doesn't matter. I don't think in terms of judging, but like in terms of like general aesthetics for like the masses. You know what I mean? I'm sure if he wanted it gone, he'd have done it years ago. But
is it not something that they can't always do?
I'm not sure.
Like I mean, you've seen my legs like fully veiny as well. They go pretty bad, but they're not like varicose.
They're not varicose, no.
But they're fucking big veins, and it's like, does it take away from a look?
No, but varicose veins are different to just veins.
Mine are pretty big, and like it does very much show. But I wouldn't even say I notice his when he's on stage. When he's tanned up and his whole body's like that gnarly, grainy texture, you don't notice.
Bonac, I thought looked good.
Yeah.
Just as we've kind of said before, I think he must be in his mid-40s now. I feel he looks nice and polished here. He's had a good showing this season, but there are some structural things coming through now that would usually the older guys kind of come up against, but
he's holding it together well.
Yeah. Crizzle again. I'm trying to think. I want like photos of like the whole lineups. You know what I mean? Like everyone.
Yeah. You've seen Crizzle in the flesh, Andy, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
What like?
It's fucking terrifying. It's one of those. I don't think I've ever been around someone that looks like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking terrifying. How much space he occupies. I think also he is an optical illusion. He's got a tiny head as well. Yeah. Like his head's tiny. So that obviously adds to his width, but yeah, it's scary. It's a bit shut. What more like footage of
the Ken?
Yeah. Was that?
The black guy, yeah, Colossus Ken. Go up.
The boy, this boy.
Yeah.
It's very polished look.
I was a bit gutted for Sass.
I know, was it fifth?
Fifth, yeah.
But obviously he was never touching Nick. Regan was the best Regan we've ever seen. And Crizzle was peeled and huge. He was going to be a very hard person to beat.
Yeah.
Who else was there? His condition's just nuts.
Hosea, whatever it is. I didn't realise Angel was doing.
Yeah.
Did Angel win 212?
Oh, the other boy did.
What?
Francisco,
did he?
Mm.
How have I not? Oh, well.
He was
Shows how
good.
much I've been fucking paying attention.
Very polished.
Aye.
Patrick done well. I love that guy, Angel.
Aye. He's a nice boy. I bumped into him in Florida. So Terence run one classic as well. I love Terence's physique.
It's his posing. I could watch his posing all day.
So nice.
Just to plug, obviously, plug the warehouses thing next weekend. So for those in the northeast, even if anyone wants to travel up, Terence is coming to warehouse in Aberdeen. So Greg, you'll know more about that than I do, though.
Yeah, I think it's going to be not so much talking. I think he's actually running everybody through like a kind of posing.
Aye.
Well, he's posing. It would be amazing to see in person for sure.
Mm.
In my opinion, probably one of the best posers on the planet.
Mm. Yeah, I agree. And I liked a bit more lineups there, but it's what it is. So, no, some good showings from guys in the past couple of weeks, which has been really exciting. So, in terms of the year as a whole, what do you think? Obviously, this is late May. In terms of Olympia and who's kind of getting good standing for that, obviously, Samson being knocked off the Arnold.
I think it depends how much Samson can improve. Because end of the day, Samson's got the best structure, the best genetics, in my opinion. But the condition side of things, his game is the one he's losing on, but he's improving every single time.
Yeah.
And he's obviously a fantastic poser, great on stage, composes himself very well. And like I said, he's got the structure to always win if he can nail it. He's got a far better structure than Derek.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Hardy and Derek are much more comparable in structure-wise, whereas Samson's like fucking Da Vinci statuesque.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just growing like a weed still, which is mental.
The way he towered over those two at the 23 Olympia was just like,
Even like, as you see him like compared to some of the shots in the previous year, you're like, how did you grow that much in a year? Like his most muscular, his arm size just doubled. Just madness. And even say his back's kind of caught up, but it's just going to be down to the condition side of things of like etching in that little bit more grainy kind of look.
Yeah.
But I think Nick's going to be top 3.
I would say so.
Because that was, in my opinion, he fucking beat Derek. I don't care what anybody says. And Derek's obviously top 1 and 2, so he's going to be battling for that.
Yeah. So this is current qualified just now. Yeah, Brett Wilkin, Samson, Hadi, Derek, Raphael, Martin, Akeem, Brandon, William, Vitali, or Vito, Andrew, Jacked, and Network. I was like, who the fuck is Shinidu Ubeki? So I see the fallout with him and Linda Murray.
It's the same. There's always somebody that barks up about that shit, and it's the same fucking conversation they had about the women's football, the women's FIFA, whatever it was, like a year, and actually broke it down per the amount of money they actually intake. The women get a better salary than the men.
Yeah, they get a higher percentage. So actually,
if you do ratio of ticket sales, that's the same with the NBA and the WNBA.
Bums in seats compared to their wage, women are paid higher.
Yeah,
it's like any commission-based job. If we all worked in a car showroom, and Greg sold the most cars, and it would be like us expecting to be the payers. It just doesn't work like that.
No. It's there's a reason why they put bikini and physique and all that before bodybuilding. Is because they know if they put it at the end, no one will sit and watch it.
Yeah.
Or very few people will sit and watch it. Like I said to Eloise earlier, it's like the Scottish, obviously, the Scottish regional was small. The venue was no bigger than my flat, but like as soon as physique stood on stage, folk left. Almost the entire room left. Even Ian left. So it was just like, it just shows you it's one of those ones where, you have to go with that. But Andrew Jack made a good point. Like, it's Arnold's money. Like, he's an open Mr. Olympia. Like, and there's a whole fallout with physique and all that as well a while ago after the Arnold. I don't think we covered that. I don't think we started the podcast at that point anyway. But The physique, in my opinion, is getting less popular. It's still popular, still really popular, more popular than open bodybuilding anyway. But, you know, with the rise of classic and whatnot,
maybe.
Sorry?
In the amateur ranks, maybe.
Hmm.
I wouldn't say in the pro league.
What?
I wouldn't say that. Like, I wouldn't say physique's that watched.
No.
But
But what I meant is, I meant participation as well in the amateurs. Like, more people are doing
it's
it.
more accessible. Yeah,
obviously, like attainable more so. But in terms of the pro ranks, it's never spoken about now. I would have said.
No.
I would say I do think classic needs more money. Because that is getting much more popular, especially since like Chris Bumstead made it what it was. And I do believe there's I mean, I enjoy watching classic, like competition. So I would say there probably is more bums in the seats than what they're giving them credit for, and I do think they should get more money. And that's I think that's what Chris actually is trying to do at the moment. He's actually paying them money.
Yeah. See, I would just obviously you get like bikini only pro shows, or like they do bikini in like another class that's like attached to some regional or pro qualifier. But then I personally, I would go to like a classic only pro show. I would go watch that. I mean, like there was a classic only pro show at the British, Two Bros British, and the whole room stayed for that. So that just shows you. So, it's classic should be paid more, 1,000%. I'm considering like when C-Bum was Mr. Olympia, the mainstream crossover he had was absolutely ridiculous. Like folk can 9 times out of 10 you walk into any gym, pure gym, whatever it is, and ask a boy in there like who's C-Bum. He knows exactly who C-Bum is, but he had no idea who Hadi Chupin was.
He's like the only probably person within our sport who's international outside of bodybuilding world. Like anybody would know who C-Bum was, which is it's not even like he pushed that; it just happened. It's a strange character how he managed to do that, just his personality.
I mean, like he's not like an Arnold personality wise. He's just a good looking, nice guy. Yeah. He just I think he just demolishes the stereotype. I think that's why people like him. So
he's like a guy you're pretty certain he sold his soul to the devil, and he's just like that good. Doesn't matter what he does, like his shit don't stink.
There must be something that we don't know about that's like dead, like you know what I mean, like his vice.
I don't know. It's just anything he does, anything gold. Brought back fucking Gymshark to fucking double whatever it was. Made Raw and Revive. Anybody wants to contact them, they know they're going to fucking sell. Yeah.
It's nice. It's a good position, like. So we're kind of that kind of limbo period with the British season or the seasons in general, but obviously we're going to go into. Obviously, you're doing Italy. Is that what you said to me?
That's the show I'm wanting to do. Yeah, I've got the Cardiff one I'm going to go and do for the week. Yeah. And then Milan's like 3 weeks after that, ideally. I'll see. That's kind of what I'm wanting to do.
Yeah, because was the Italian show last time, that Milan as well? Last one?
The one I did last time was the Shuru Classic. That was Milan. It's the same venue. This one's called X something.
Right.
I think it's Fit X. It's something like that. I guess the one, it's got the pro show.
Aye.
There's one Nathan in that one last year.
It was Yamamoto, wasn't it, last year?
Maybe it's a different one this year, but is the I'm competing. If I do it, I'll do Sunday morning. The pro show is Sunday night. So
yeah, because if I didn't win Alicante, I was going to do that show last year.
I could. I wouldn't, but the M Pro is the weekend after Cardiff. But I'd literally fly home Monday morning and fly to Spain Wednesday morning. Not something I'm really prepared to do.
Yeah.
Rushed. I like to be a bit more chilled.
Yeah. I think we said before, like 2 weeks for me is the bare minimum for me. So.
I want to bring my water balance back up, bring my body back a bit more because essentially I would have to finish the show and stay on diuretics.
Yeah.
My body fluctuating in water, and it's not something I really want to run for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So
yeah, definitely.
A bit more time. I mean, Milan's fine. It's a little bit of a cunt to drive about and be there, but other than that, it's fine.
I mean, you say the Italians are fucking mental drivers.
Mate, I've never seen anybody overtake a cop car on the curb and the cop just gave him the finger. I was like, that didn't just happen.
No.
Nuts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ireland would have been a good one for you, Greg. Ireland.
What about Ireland?
Larry Wales.
I'm not even getting into it.
Yeah.
Apparently, there was a massive uproar.
I can fucking see why.
Everybody there was like, "What the actual fuck?"
It's just plain as the nose in your face. What's going on there? Like,
He did not. He didn't even win.
No.
No.
Find shots.
The boy who did the Scottish, which should have won the overall. That
Yeah.
Sam.
100%. Or Zach Klein. Zach Klein was good. But yeah, apparently there was some fights breaking out.
I quite believe it.
There was a few dodgy calls, I believe.
Yeah.
Right, hold on.
His legs were shit. His condition was shit.
When this usually happens, it's usually on the fence, but there's such a disparity there. Like, it's obvious.
This fuck off. His legs. Yeah, fuck. Missing half a bicep. Look at it.
No, I've never understood the fascination with Larry Wheels, other than obviously he's mad strong, but I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Look, fuck off.
Like you don't know what's going on there.
I know. Everybody knew.
Yeah.
Apparently he didn't make weight.
I heard that. Aye.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love it. No, what's more common is more comedy is the actual comments. Bodybuilding has become an actual joke. This is silly.
Sam didn't win his pro card. He did.
The entire crowd in the venue audibly outraged.
Mm-hmm.
That's the third influencer who's won their pro card in the last few months.
No.
Who are there too?
Sam.
Shouldn't have won. And the boy.
Oh, Salik, yeah. Who's on?
William. He's like a YouTuber from America as well.
Right.
But it's literally just like, you look at the class like, really? Did you win?
Yeah.
this. Yeah, I know. It's a shame that is. I mean, like the boy with the mullet that won the Scottish, like you can just see in his face he knew fine well what was going to happen there.
You know
what?
When you have like higher authority in the NPC and IFB, and they're like, "Oh, there's no such thing as like corruption. We can't do that. It's physically impossible. We take the highest and the lowest and bin them, and it's blah blah blah." And you see shit like that, you're like, bullshit. All this hears about some of the corruption in like Poland and stuff like that. This is like just the same.
So that's Phil's client, wasn't it? That won the overall.
Yeah.
That's the first class. Is that? That's the super, isn't it?
Yeah, the guy in the middle was actually really good.
Yeah. See, Larry came fourth in the supers, did he not?
Oh, I'm not even sure, mate.
I'm pretty sure it's fourth.
Shit.
Also, he's got the wrong trunks on as well. So.
True enough.
I'm certain he did Alicante with us, Jack.
He did the Arnold UK with me years ago. Pretty sure 2022.
Aye. Man,
he did kind of like where he's from. Maybe. Possibly.
Aye. So like backstage, so when I was getting tanned, like I was drying off next to him, just got chatting away to him, and then like within fucking seconds I'm getting hit with like far right anti-immigrant chat. I'm like, fuck's sake, I just met you.
What a legend.
It was a good chat. I got his number. I just thought it was funny. I was like, mate,
where's he from?
Polish.
He's Polish, aye. He's fucking dense, like.
He's from oh fuck.
Stuttgart.
No, where's the big stag place in Poland?
Krakow.
Krakow,
yeah.
Shittest stag of all time. Cool. That's kind of covered everything. Like, are approaching the hour mark, so 50 minutes. So yeah, so I wanted a wee bit more in the way of show footages so we can keep the classes, but I think Greg's away to die and have the hype over his life, so we'll leave him to go get some food and that. And
fucking bedtime soon, mate.
I know. And we'll hopefully get someone else on. Another guest next week. I was speaking to Nathan Styles, but he's obviously been quite busy recently, and but there's a few people that we've got in the pipeline, so it should be good. And yeah, guys, if you need to, please subscribe and like and share and all that fucking pish.
You have to.
Right, I have to. And I'll be in Aberdeen on Saturday. So the plan was I was going to just come up the Saturday for my brother's sister's 30th. That means it's my sister. My brother's girlfriend's 30th. And so I was going to come up for that, but she's cancelled that. But we're coming up anyway, so I'll be in Warehouse on Saturday morning. But I'm coming up on the Friday now and spend time with the family and that. So I might bump into you, Greg. And I don't know, Jack, if you're still up in Inverness.
I'm stuck in here, right?
Aye, that's all.
I'm sure I could make it through.
Legs.
I'm definitely not doing legs. Cool, guys. Right. Cheers, and we'll see you soon.
Cheers.
Thanks, Jack.
Every time.